starting the 400-day game. This, honestly, I don't know how to react. Because, oh, fuck. Hold up. I thought, okay. So, I'm guessing, what is being used? Is it... Okay, so that's not the one being used. Okay, so that is correct. Okay. So, we're playing The Longing, which is a 400-day game. So we're also going to be reacting to Alex Bale. Alex Bale is a YouTuber who makes like conspiracies about shows like SpongeBob. So I thought it'd be cool. I've been watching him for a while. I asked him for permission if I could react to him, and he basically just gave me a thumbs up. So I'm hoping that's a yes. Mr. Alex Bale, if you are seeing this, please don't copyright strike me. That would not be cool. But, yeah. Okay. Start the game. We'll turn that out. Deep beneath the earth lays the realm of an old king. Studio shelf. The Longing. Okay. So this is a German game, I think? Maybe? I'm guessing. Laura Broski. I'll say this game has like a sick soundtrack. Is that the king? That is the king. He's opening his hand. That's us.
My powers have faded. All I have left is you, my faithful shade. All I ask of you is to wait and never leave these caves. I shall now sleep for 400 days to gather my remaining strength. Wake me when the time has come to end all fear and longing.
Okay, so this... So this is my home. A nice place to spend the next 400 days waiting. Draw. Let's draw the father. Oh, so everything is like real time. I guess that makes sense if you're spending 400 days down here. So how long does it take? What was that? Time goes by faster in the company of great art. This one deserves a special place on my wall. What music can we make? I will need to find all four parts of this instrument before I can enjoy the pleasure of making music. I currently have one. We'll walk this way. See what there is. Oh. Okay. I think the king will allow me to explore this vast realm, but I better remember the way back. 400 days has just begun. The king is still sleeping. I have to stay in my cavernous realm until one time has come. There's no need to hurry. I have plenty of time to walk. So I'm just going to turn that down for now. But we'll put
Can
this
you
on.
make more SpongeBob theories?
Where's the new SpongeBob conspiracy?
Alex,
theory?
can you
more
do
SpongeBob?
This stuff is crazy.
More SpongeBob.
All right, I get it. Listen, I'm done making SpongeBob theories. I already gave you guys 8 big ones, and then
I
I
really
made a
like
whole
these
web
stairs.
series about not
Sorry.
wanting to be the SpongeBob guy. I'm done, okay? But since we're wrapping up this SpongeBob chapter of my channel, and since I'm basically at 1 million subscribers, here's what I'll do as a final send-off just for you SpongeBob theory fans. This video is a compilation of my 8 previous SpongeBob conspiracies with no sponsorships, no film interruptions, no whining about not wanting to be the SpongeBob guy, except for the whining that I just did, and a bunch of brand new, never before seen
Why did I
content.
go here?
These theories have new evidence that's been discovered,
Oh,
some
no.
corrections and responding to comments I've gotten, new ideas
Let's,
and directions
just
for
go
old
here.
theories, and best of all, 8 completely new, never before seen mini SpongeBob theories. I'll be sprinkling these new mini theories in after each of the main theories, and I'll also be ending all of my old theories with some thoughts on how I think they hold up today.
shit.
And hey, after this, I'm still
Pick
going
up.
to be making theories about other
Lump of coal.
non-SpongeBob related topics, so make sure you subscribe to catch those. Let's begin this one
Oh,
final
oh my God.
SpongeBob video.
Thank you, Flush. Thank you for subscribing. This is a game that is going to take 400 days. It's not really the most exciting, but the soundtrack is fucking amazing. Ooh, Founder's Badge. Did you get a Founder's Badge for subscribing? Thank you, though. That enter door. This door hasn't opened in a long time. It might take a while. How long? I guess we have... Be right back. Yes. Nice. Thank you for subscribing, though. I don't know if that was a Twitch sub or a sub, but either way, it helps. Thank you so much. Oh shit, that did take a hot second. I could squeeze through already, but I'm not trying to wait until the door opens. Full glory would be blasphemy. There we go. seems like the great place used to be lonely that I remember. So let's go this way. We'll go up here first.
Video with the very first SpongeBob theory I ever made, just for you, very passionate SpongeBob theory fans that have changed my life. Thank you for everything. I hope you enjoy.
Squilliam Fancy Son! Squilliam Fancy Son! Squilliam Fancy Son!
Squilliam Fancy Son III is Squidward's rival from high school band class.
So, I just took my private yacht across my private lake to my private heliport.
He's more wealthy, popular, and
pretty
talented
cool.
than Squidward, and he always rubs it in his face.
That's right. I'm living your dreams, Squidward. Oh, just succeeding in everything you
Taking
failed
a stroll in
in.
these
But I
magnificent
intend to
halls.
prove that he's a
Shows
fraud, using his
fulfilling
wealth to make
occupation.
himself seem more popular and talented than he actually is. He goes to ridiculously extreme and expensive lengths to humiliate Squidward and show his superiority, and I'm gonna prove it. Evidence number 1, the pet hospital. We first meet Squilliam in Season 2, Episode 15, Band Geeks.
Sure, what was this one?
The episode opens with Squidward playing the clarinet and getting a knock on the door.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
Immediately after, Squidward gets a call from Squilliam.
I'm looking for something in these caves. I'm just not sure what.
Hello, you've reached the house of unrecognized
Unrecognized talent.
talent. Please start after the...
Sounds as though you've got a dying animal to attend to, eh, old chum?
I believe that not only was Squilliam spying on Squidward to know when he was playing his clarinet, but he also hired the doctor to come and embarrass Squidward.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street. Pet hospital down the street.
We have never seen a pet hospital in Bikini Bottom. We've only ever seen just the regular Bikini Bottom hospital. We've seen this purple doctorfish before, but once again, he's never worked at a
figure's so
pet
beautiful.
hospital. We've only ever seen him at the regular general hospital.
Well, Mr. Squarepants, it seems you have the suds. Are you ready for your treatment?
Then there's this green fish behind him, and we've only ever seen him as one of the many identical paramedics that work at the Bikini Bottom Hospital. We even see him at the end of the episode to take Squilliam away after fainting. So it is very likely that Squilliam hired these two and told them to pretend
What is
like they're
this?
from a pet hospital just to humiliate.
Oh, what is this? Is this part of the instrument? Piece of clay. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Squidward. Hey, it's me from the future. So this is an obvious one
Loneliness
that I
is
got
real.
tons of comments about. There is a pet hospital, and this doctor did do a pet checkup, and I was a teenage Gary. Still, I think the way Squilliam immediately calls and mentions the dying animal strongly implies he sent the doctor to mess with Squidward. Also, I don't have like a ton to add to this theory, just because they haven't really released any new Squilliam lore, but I've still got a few things to say, and the next theories will have a lot more, I promise. But this is just the start of Squilliam's elaborate lies. Evidence number 2, the Bubble Bowl. In the same episode, Squilliam also
Let's go
says,
this way.
I'm the leader of a big fancy band now, and we're supposed to play the Bubble Bowl next
The
week.
Bubble
The
Bowl.
problem is, I'm busy next week and can't make it, so I was hoping you and your band could cover for us.
but we've never seen Squilliam's band before, and despite claiming he's too busy to make it to the Bubble Bowl, he still shows up at the end to watch Squidward's band. So both his excuse and probably his band were made up to pressure Squidward into humiliating himself at the Bubble Bowl.
Squilliam, you lying, deceiving bastard! I didn't even realize that! Who is that handsome young devil? Hey, I know this guy!
Evidence number 3, Squilliam's friends. In Season 3, Episode 8, Squilliam returns. Squidward leaves for work and conveniently bumps into Squilliam and all of his fancy friends, despite Squilliam not...
I feel like did I already I've never understood life. Okay, this guy's just getting fucking philosophical now. That is cool that you got the founder's badge though. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll be so honest. I fucking suck. I suck at remembering directions. I'm gonna be so... Sometimes I just want to stop walking and sit down to think. I'm so bad at...
seeming like the kind of guy that would come near the Krusty Krab. He and his friends make fun of Squidward for working as a cashier.
Hold it! Don't tell me! You're a cashier! Don't lie. Lying always makes it worse.
But I believe that this encounter was planned out by Squilliam in advance, and
Oh shit, we're back here. Okay.
he hired all
I
of
know
those
where I
people
am.
to pretend to be his friends. Take a look at Squilliam's friends. They're all nicely dressed. You kind of get the sense that they're fancy,
Matter.
high-status members.
My nose is not quite sharp enough to carve out crystal. Maybe I can find a handy Maddox somewhere. Huh. Hey, nice.
Of Bikini Bottom, but they aren't. This is more like what the fancy rich people in Bikini Bottom look like. These are just some
Piece of
regular
chalk, now be
Bikini
able to
Bottom
paint in the
citizens.
pale
Most of them
blue.
usually don't even
Remain
wear nice
forever
clothes like this.
enshrouded.
And most of them are regulars at the Krusty Krab and would already know Squidward as a cashier.
My patty doesn't have enough slime!
These are not the type of people Squilliam would hang out with. I mean, why would Squilliam be hanging out with one of Pearl's teenage friends? You know, some people pointed out that maybe there's another reason for this, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Squilliam, you have some explaining to do. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat right there?
At the end of the episode, Squilliam even admits to his whole life being fake.
I made everything up about my life. I have no yachts, jets, or anything. I was only trying to impress you.
And then, of course, he quickly says he's just kidding.
Is that true? Of course not! I'm filthy stinking rich!
But was he kidding? I mean, obviously he's rich, but is there a nugget of truth in there?
I wonder how big these caves
Evidence
really
number
are.
4, the statue. In
What the
Season
fuck?
7, Episode 6, Squidward has to pick up trash for community service, and Squilliam once again conveniently bumps into him and reveals he's cleaned up so much trash that the city actually built a statue of him.
Maybe if you clean up Bikini Bottom, they'll build a statue
Hello,
of you.
Russian
Oh, wait!
user.
They've already built.
Is that Russian? Hello, English streamer. How are you doing today? Razor Chick G. From time to time, solitude can be a good thing. Not when you're alone for 400 days. Yeah, this game is like very slow. And it takes a while, so that's why we have the YouTube video also. But what the fuck? Why am I hearing like double footsteps? See, that's the thing that's tripping me out. Oh, I know. You probably got a founder's badge on like Discord because of the promotional they're running, I think. I think they're running a promotional. These stairs could lead to caves beyond the eastern. I think the king would like if I ventured out. I'm playing Arc Raiders today, 12 hours, that's all. But I see you must play this game 400 days. Yes. So a bigger streamer, I saw him play this game. And what he would do is he would play after every stream. He would get like a good amount of time where he would just stream this game. So I was like, you know what? That might be fun. These are some fine stairs. I agree with that, Shade. But I was like, what can we do? I want to see this game. And I chose this day to play it because I will finish it on... Why is there extra footsteps? I'm going to finish it on New Year's of 2027. So that's kind of why I chose today to start. I've had this game for months, and I just was like, yeah, I should probably play this game. This is the exit of the palace. I'm allowed to explore other parts of the kingdom, but I should be careful. Is there a way I die? It's not like I move fast. But yeah.
One of me! I cleaned up all of Bikini Bottom in only 1 week.
Hello, it's me, I'm interrupting. So, a lot of people thought this statue was actually supposed to be of Squidward because there's no unibrow, but we can actually faintly see it right there.
Oh, wait! They've already built one of me!
I believe that once again, this encounter was staged by Squilliam, and he actually paid to get that statue built. As Squilliam tells Squidward about the statue, a female fish admires it and says,
Bless you, Squilliam.
What are you doing for a living? Oh, hell yeah. I have another instrument part. I'm in school currently. I am in school, and I just use streaming as like a part-time. It'll need at least 2 hours before granting me entry. Remember this spot, dude. Remember this spot. Fuck it. Take a little stroll, see where I end up. Sure.
But if you remember, this is one of those friends Squilliam likely paid, making her whole comment feel very fake. By the end of the episode, Squilliam's statue gets destroyed. A police officer approaches and they have this exchange.
This is your statue?
It was.
Squilliam admits that it's his statue, not the city's. And why else would the officer give him specifically a ticket if it was city property? Evidence number 5, the concert. In Season 6, Episode 17, Squidward watches Squilliam play the clarinet at a big fancy concert. He receives a standing ovation, causing Squidward to leave angrily. But I believe this entire concert is a scam. Not only has the audience been paid to cheer, but Squilliam never even touches his instrument. Once again, many of the audience members were part of Squilliam's quote-unquote friends, but we also never actually see Squilliam play the clarinet.
I find this insane. Because when you're a kid watching these, you're like, oh, this is a kid's TV show. It's not supposed to be like, wow, this is a deep meaning. But like, when you see him put all these parts together, it's like, how deep does somebody have to look to get this deep? So I get like, some people will look into something and be like, oh, that's a cool little Easter egg, or that could be an Easter egg, but I'm not sure yet. Like South Park, the Trump character. Some people claim that it's just Saddam Hussein in like Trump's outfit because of the fact that they use some of the same voice lines and have the same voice, which I'm not gonna say that's wrong. I probably think that too. Because I'm watching the new episodes, and I'm just like, oh shit, hold up, investigate. These carvings seem to show rather map of the kingdom. Just take some time to decipher them. We'll remember here also. But for now, let's take a little stroll. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
The episode opens right after he's finished his performance with the audience cheering, and one member of the audience says,
"He's such a great musician. He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant."
Maybe the real reason Squidward leaves so angrily is because the audience cheered for Squilliam even though he never even touched his clarinet. Maybe Squilliam is just as bad as Squidward at the clarinet and he's trying to hide it. Hey, before we get into the next evidence, here's a quick new thought I had. In this video, I'm claiming Squilliam is a fraud in terms of his popularity and his talent. But he clearly is actually very rich. But how? Well, I think the answer is in his name, Squilliam Fancyson III. He was obviously just born into a rich family and was given everything his whole life. Just another interesting layer to the character. Squilliam has gone to some pretty extreme lengths just to humiliate Squidward, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to what he does next. Evidence number 6, the music college. In the same episode, after Squidward leaves the concert, he's approached by the headmistress of the Bikini Bottom prestigious music college.
Aren't you the esteemed Squilliam Fancyson III, who we all came here to see perform tonight?
She mistakes him for Squilliam and offers him a position as a professor. Squidward pretends to be Squilliam and teaches a class, only for the police to burst in and arrest him, all while he's being filmed on live TV. And I believe that this is Squilliam's most elaborate and most expensive scheme to destroy Squidward both publicly and legally. This encounter where Squidward gets offered a job is already suspiciously convenient, but listen closely to their exchange.
I'm Squilliam Fancyson.
But didn't you just say a minute ago that your name was Squidward Q Tentacles?
It is. No, I didn't.
Well, that's a relief. I mean, what kind of a moron would go to their worst enemy's music recital?
What kind of moron would go to their own enemy's music recital?
How does she know? How does she know?
True.
How does she know?
Yeah. You're onto something, my guy.
How does she know that Squidward and Squilliam are enemies? If she knew who Squidward was, then why didn't she recognize him? Why would she mistake him for Squilliam? This feels way too much like she was hired by Squilliam to set a trap for Squidward. And if that's not enough, the headmistress's associate is literally just a guy from the paid audience wearing a disguise. He just threw on some glasses to seem smart. Squilliam knew that Squidward couldn't resist the opportunity to teach a music class, even if it meant breaking the law.
My very own music class.
Then we get to the Bikini Bottom prestigious music college, and right off the bat, there's something very fishy about this place. The building itself is very green and grimy and has a very cheap metal look. Nothing about this says prestigious except for the big sign on top, which feels like the only new thing about this building. I think there is a very good chance that Squilliam just bought some old warehouse, then stuck a sign and some paint on it to disguise it as a college. I mean, look at these other schools in Bikini Bottom. They all have a very nice structure and a paint job, but this prestigious music college.
Sorry. Looks like there's an entrance to a dark and lonely place. Just the thing I need. So probably upper the brightness on this. What does it look like normally? It's not that bad.
College looks like a dumpster. Going into the classroom, not only does it have another one of Squilliam's friends, but if this is such a prestigious college, how did SpongeBob and Patrick get in here?
Would you two numbskulls mind telling me what you're doing in music class anyway?
Sure. Patrick's New Year's resolution was to learn to play an instrument.
They say it was their New Year's resolution to take a music class, but you'd think it'd be harder for them to get into an esteemed music school if they just decided to go to it on a whim. Seems like they're just letting in anyone to sell this ruse. Then, both the police, Squilliam and the headmistress, and a live news broadcast show up at the same time to arrest Squidward for impersonating Squilliam. If the extremely coincidental fact that all of these people suddenly showed up at the same time isn't enough for you to believe that Squilliam set it all up, I've got something that's going to blow your mind. Squilliam literally has the police working for him.
Squidward Q Tentacles, I'm placing you under arrest for impersonating a genius.
If that doesn't sound like he's been paid off, I don't know what does. The lengths that Squilliam goes to humiliate Squidward are insane. He literally builds statues and entire buildings just to make Squidward feel inferior. But why? Why would anyone go so far to embarrass an old high school band classmate? What happened between them? What could have caused this extreme level of dedication? Well, unfortunately, we never really get much information on their past. I've spent hours reading through the SpongeBob Wikipedia and looking at old episodes, and there really just isn't any clues that would explain their weird relationship. I guess we can't solve everything, but either way, that's my theory. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Wait a second. Wait a second. Season 6, Episode 5, Slide Whistle Stooges. Just a normal episode where SpongeBob and Patrick annoy Squidward. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Except I have one question about this episode. Why does Squidward have Squilliam's robe? That is clearly not the purple robe he usually wears. That is Squilliam Fancyson III's robe. Why would Squidward have this?
Are we about to... Is he about to say what I think he's about to...
Unless...
Slow down.
They were more than just classmates. Could they have once been dating?
Hey! Hey, yo! I mean, wait. He's a grown man that likes the clarinet, classical art, classical music, and smooth jazz. Octopi are bisexual?
Also,
no way.
If you're wondering what
That's
Lil
not
Nitro
possible.
is,
There's
this
no
is Lil
evidence to
Nitro.
support
It's a
that.
hot fucking gummy
Right?
bear that
Don't be
is like
intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear.
5.
Oh no, he's hot!
No, it can't be.
I mean, what kind of a moron?
The fuck? Okay. Thanks, Squidward. It's 9 million Scoville. So, it's basically shit your pants for days.
Would go to their worst enemy's music recital.
It's been right in front of us this whole time.
Our sources last saw Evil harassing teenagers up at Makeout Reef.
Makeout Reef. Good times, good times.
Voted most likely to suck eggs in high school.
Holy shit!
Alex Bale does it again. He does it again.
I've always thought
he always
Alex Bale
has
was
this
a
way of
great.
being like, of the video obviously being a stretch, but he'll give you that one
I agree with
tidbit
this.
of it, the aha moment. He does it every time. He does it every time.
Also, he calls him Squiddy.
Squiddy?
That kind of sounds like a pet name for an ex, right? I don't know. Obviously, I didn't have a ton to add to this theory, since there hasn't really been any new Squilliam episodes, but I have a lot more to say in the other theories, I promise.
Oh shit, wait, hold on.
So, before we get into the first official new mini-theory, I'm gonna end each of my old theories with a few thoughts on how I think they hold up, and
Is this
where I
another
think
instrument?
they rank among the others. I think I'd probably rank this as
Yeah.
my worst SpongeBob theory, even though I still think it's pretty plausible. It's just got a lot of issues with it. You can probably tell it's my first attempt at an actual theory, with some obvious things I got wrong, and the fact that a lot of the evidence relies on the continuity of very common background characters, which are obviously used very interchangeably in this show with no rhyme or reason. I still think there's some really good evidence here, like the design of the college, or the way this lady clearly knows more about Squidward than she's letting on. But also, you know, when you compare it
Oh,
to
I'm
my
so
later
tired.
theories, it's kind of just a very basic, simple concept. I'm
I
just
hope
claiming
everybody
the
had a good
asshole
Thanksgiving.
character is an even bigger asshole than you thought. It's really not that interesting or surprising. Oh well, we can only go up from here. Let's begin my first new mini theory. So, here's a question I've been asked from the very start of making these SpongeBob theories. How is there fire underwater? It's probably one of the most obvious contradictions in this show, and the creators will usually go out of their way to draw attention to the fact that it doesn't make any sense.
At least it's warm around the fire.
Hey, if we're underwater, how could there be a...
Whoever sent this obviously has no idea about the physical limitations of life underwater. Might as well throw these in the fire.
So finally, I will give the people my answer to this infamous age-old question: how is there fire underwater? It's just a cartoon.
Yep.
I'm not kidding, that's actually my answer. SpongeBob is not the real world. It's a cartoon. It has its own cartoon logic where absurd things like fire being underwater can happen. But that doesn't mean there's nothing here to theorize about. Just because it's cartoon logic doesn't mean it's not still logic. If you pay close attention, you can see that there is a consistent internal logic and rules to how this cartoon world really works. And I think how SpongeBob cartoon logic works is best explained in the Season 3 episode, Idiot Box. In this episode, SpongeBob and Patrick spend the day playing inside of a box, but Squidward keeps hearing impossible sound effects coming from it.
SpongeBob?
And how are they creating these sound effects?
How are you two making those noises?
So what might be useful for building a bed.
With their imagination. And this is
Take a
key
stroll.
to understanding how the SpongeBob world
No,
really
I
works.
told
This
you, take
episode
a
tells
stroll.
us that anything that is imagined in SpongeBob can physically come to life. We can see this imagination rule in every single episode of the show. The most obvious example of this is when a character is thinking and a thought bubble appears above their head. But in SpongeBob, these thought bubbles are real physical things. Other characters can see and physically interact with them.
Wait!
Wait, hold on! My pen is out of ink. Plankton! You'll never get me formula, not even in a flashback.
Because things imagined in SpongeBob come to life. And this goes far beyond just thought bubbles. It explains how characters are constantly getting new props and costumes out of nowhere. Where did SpongeBob suddenly get this hat and sign? Where did he get this glove or all of these costumes that instantly appear and disappear? It's because SpongeBob is imagining all of these props. This can be used to explain almost every single absurd gag in this show.
Wait, Patrick, you're supposed to let me win, remember?
Oh yeah.
Patrick is imagining himself getting beat up here.
Said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and
Global warming has never been
SpongeBob is
crazier.
imagining the sun talking to him and burning his bedroom. And SpongeBob and Patrick are imagining that fire is able to exist underwater. And if you still don't believe me, look what happens when Patrick questions the logic behind the fire.
Hey, if we're underwater, how could there be a...
The moment they start doubting the logic of the fire, it disappears because they're no longer able to imagine it. This rule also seems to be limited by how imaginative each character is. Squidward, who never even got the idiot box to work, rarely ever manifests any imaginations, while SpongeBob, arguably the most imaginative character in the show, has created living characters like Doodlebob and Bubble Buddy using his imagination, both of which have ended up continually reappearing throughout the entire show. Bubble Buddy even went on to create an entire bubble town full of bubble citizens, all stemming from SpongeBob's imagination. This theory also explains why Mrs. Puff gets trapped in so many delusions. They are literally manifesting around her because of her imagination. Okay, but what's the point of explaining all of this? Even if you didn't know the exact mechanics of it, you probably already understood that random stuff can just appear and disappear in a cartoon. I'm not really telling you anything groundbreaking.
What the
but
fuck
once
was
you
there to
fully
pick up?
understand this idea, it adds a whole new context to so many things in this show. One
There
of
was
the
a
most
pickup.
interesting being how dreams seem to affect the world, specifically SpongeBob's dreams. In Season 1 Sleepy Time, SpongeBob dreams about finally getting his license, but then he crashes and Mrs. Puff takes his license away. And this is exactly what happens later in the Season 2 episode, No Free Rides. Mrs. Puff gives him a license, instantly regrets it, and after SpongeBob crashes his car, Mrs. Puff takes his license away. So, did SpongeBob's dream predict this event, or did his imagination literally cause it to happen? Okay, you're not convinced yet? Don't worry. This is far from the only instance of this happening. In Season 2 Procrastination, SpongeBob dreams about his pineapple burning down, which happens later in Season 9 Gary's New Toy. In Season 5 Roller Cowards, he dreams about crashing on a Glove World roller coaster, and then it happens in Season 10 Don't Wake Patrick. Even dreams we don't see come true. In Squids on a Bus, Squidward becomes a bus driver for the day, and SpongeBob says this.
I've always dreamed one day I'd board a bus and see you driving it.
Now, I already know what you're gonna say. SpongeBob's a very long-running show. A lot of these basic plots were bound to happen eventually, right? You know, it's like how The Simpsons can predict the future. But in Season 4's Fear of Krabby Patties, SpongeBob dreams about everyone in the Krusty Krab turning into giant killer Krabby Patties. That is a very weird and specific plot, and yet that's still exactly what happens 7 seasons later in Krabby Patty Creature Feature, when Mr. Krabs feeds people experimental Krabby Patties and turns everyone into giant mutant Krabby Patty monsters that try to hunt SpongeBob down. It seems like all of SpongeBob's dreams eventually manifest into real life because of the unlimited power of his imagination. Okay, that's all pretty interesting, right? But you want to know something really crazy?
Oh, actually, wait,
While
hold up.
researching this theory,
Let's check out this store, cause you fucking move any slower, Jesus, dude. Enter door. This door should lead to the library, but it's blocked from this side. We have a disappointment. I'm sorry, you guys didn't see that. It said we have a disappointment meter. We have one disappointment. That is hilarious. I've been here. Just stroll.
I discovered something insane. Honestly, it may be one of the craziest discoveries I've ever found in this show. Are you ready? In the Season 6 special, Truth or Square, all of the characters get trapped inside of the massive ventilation system beneath the Krusty Krab.
There's an entire network of tunnels and air ducts underground.
At a certain point, Mr. Krabs gets separated from the group.
A crossroads. I'll go this way, and SpongeBob, you lead him down that way.
SpongeBob then takes a break to tell the story of when Mr. Krabs told him the Krabby Patty secret formula.
This reminds me of the time Mr. Krabs confided in me the Krabby Patty recipe. Mr. Krabs called me into his office.
And then something really strange happens. After
thank
the
you for the
story,
follow.
we cut back to the group,
No.
and Mr.
Orvis
Krabs
Yuri.
is somehow back.
Fucking love that video. Thank you for the yo. What's up? Thanks for the follow. We're getting closer to our overarching goal, I think. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I just started playing this game. You enjoying the longing? As you can see, I'm just starting out. It's a very slow game. I chose today to start though, so we end up beating it on New Year's Day of 2027. But yeah, I bought this game like 3 months ago and have been waiting. And I just realized the other day that it fell on Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, damn it. But you know what? Is it just piece of coal? Yeah. I have all the achievements and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a very slow game, which I guess is a good thing. There's not too many achievements. There's like 25, I think. Let's see. Halls of Eternity. Matic. Running Water. The map. Disappointing achievement. Dream. A face. Head of a horse. Home Improvement. The Library. Color for Stones. The End of Longing. Becoming Darkness. Wah 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 Wah. Home Sweet Home. Crystal Glory. Leaving Darkness. My Favorite Painting. Bed. Mushroom Gardener. Secret Tower. Avid Reader. The Cave. Never Ending Notebook. And Birthday. I'm guessing the birthday achievement is like you come on today. So I should probably write that down. So November 27th, 2026. Open the longing for the B-Day. Achievement. I can't wait to be in college next year. Don't think too hard about it. I'm not. I like setting reminders for myself because I kind of want to get all the achievements and not have to like fucking play this game 7 times. But yeah. So we'll see. Kind of just debating, right? There's a path off there? What? Is this the last instrument part? Holy shit. I guess I've arrived somewhere. Actually, probably remember this spot because I feel like it's going to lead me to a bunch of more spots. Do you have 800 days? Part of my instrument. I've gathered all of them. I'll be able to make some music at home. Nice. Actually, let's let's go back to the king. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, let's go back to the king. I think I know where I am. When you are home in the game, time flows more quickly. That's not a spoiler. So this game might not take up 400 days. That is correct. Okay. The lone guardian is patrolling the empty streets. This game honestly kind of feels not sad, I would say, but like this very just it's surreal a little bit. Okay, there's footsteps that just I've been finding coal all over. The game kind of makes you appreciate time. I'm so used to like fast-paced games, so maybe it's good that I chose a game that's on the slower side, and it'll take a while. So we all are nowadays. I don't have a Matic yet, but yeah. We're so used to playing. I'm personally a big, huge Call of Duty fan. Phasmophobia also, which Phasmophobia is kind of about sitting and waiting for like events, but doesn't last more. Phas isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It takes maybe 5 minutes to get like an event, depending on what mode you're on. But it's not like you're waiting a long time for an event. This way? I thought it was that way. To go back to the king. Right? Is there a quicker way up this way? I thought that was the way. Or are you going all the way around? What are you doing? I don't understand. But you know what? How fast does time go when you're in the home? Is it like doubled or like tripled or? Oh, the actual footsteps are back. Not just the. It's like the pitter patter instead of the. This game is very pretty, though. I will say that. I like, I really want to say that because I don't think that'd be fun to say. But you decorate your home, it'll get faster and faster. There's also about 4 endings. And you have all 4 endings. It only took you 2 tries. So I'm going to guess 1 is freeing the king. So I'm guessing opening it up. No, you only have 2. But you said you have all the achievements. So maybe it's not all the achievements that are. You don't have to have all the achievements to get there, but it's the king. But yeah, there are no achievements for the endings. Okay. Loud snoring. You didn't like the music? It's because I had this video playing. Honestly, the soundtrack is beautiful. I said that at the beginning, but because I was watching this video at the same time, I just kind of turned it off. I do like the music though. It's not time to awaken the king. He just started sleeping. But yeah, I do like the music. I think it's very, there's a word for it, very stylistic. I think it's a great soundtrack. But because I also have that video up. Hey, bub. It's been 400 seconds. Exactly. What are you, inconsiderate? I have stuff to do, man. Make music. Another symphony for the ages. Oh, I just saw that. What the fuck? Yeah, I see that up there. My brain didn't comprehend that. I was just like, oh. You know what? Sure, we'll draw. We're gonna draw. We're gonna draw a. Draw a friend. So that subtracts like 1.5 seconds. Reading also adds to time, so you should leave him to read while away. So reading adds time, like brings the timer up. Good to know. I do like how this guy does art though. It's cool. I was talking, you missed it earlier. I was like, oh, this must be like a real-time game. Well, no shit, Sherlock. But I meant, like, the drawing must happen in real time and no time is, like, sped up. I didn't think there was actual, like, you are able to speed up time. But yeah, that's cool. I'm only going to do a quick stream today so I can enjoy my Thanksgiving night. Hang out, call one of my friends probably. It goes by faster and company, a great art. Outside, it's not that case. Many things take a long time. Oh, so like there's actual like Moby Dick. Wait, does it add to the time? Or does it subtract from the time? Because I don't see anything being added. Oh. Okay. Let us stand up. Just random. Walk to a random place. Actually, no, because I'm about to probably go to sleep. So just sit and not go to sleep. Actually, let's look at the hourglass. Let's sit down and read. So if I just close out of the game now, he'll keep reading. All right. Well, that has been the first part of the longing. But yeah. Hey, have a great night. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following. I always respect that. It's a great thing. Thank you for joining our community. I hope you enjoy it here. But that's it for me tonight. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much.